Mm-mm-mm. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Already, we already heard Lou coughing, so we're all set. Yo, what it do, GG Nation, GG Legions, your fella again, Strauss fan, the GG. Welcome to the big show, the big one, the one that we always look forward to every year, the E3 prediction show. If you guys are new to this channel, or if you're more of a casual gamer and you don't know what E3 is, it's actually really for investors. It's really about showing all the new games and tech that are coming out the rest of the year and forward to get your investors hyped. But it became more of a the last 15 years. It's become a big phenomenon with hardcore gamers like us here at GG and Friends. What's up, Shannon? How you doing? GG and Friends. We love E3. It's equivalent, if you guys in the sports world, of your team being in the Super Bowl. You know, you got a team that you want to root for and you want to win. It's pretty exciting. As Lou's listening to some Mets or something, I hear in the background.
Oh, you can hear that?
Yeah, we can hear that. Yeah.
Oh, my bad. I'm all the way on the other side of the room.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
I guess. Let me hold on. Let me lower this. Go ahead.
It's
My
right.
bad.
It's equivalent to the sports team being in a Super Bowl. Your team being in the Super Bowl. We're excited. E3's it starts tomorrow actually with Summer Games Fest, kind of like the pre E3. I'll have a live stream of that at 2 p.m. Eastern, so stay tuned. Stay tuned to this channel and check it out. It's gonna be exciting. It's an exciting time for us gamers. Obviously, last year there wasn't any because of the pandemic, but hey, we're rolling. We're getting back to normal. This is probably one of my favorite pods to do every year. Only was able to snag skip to my Lou for this prediction show, but we're gonna cover mostly what we really want to cover, like the top probably four. But I have some other ones I'm gonna throw in here as well, and also, just to give everyone a notice, we are not insiders of the business or anything like that. We're going to make predictions that are, grounded in some reality, but we're going to throw some stuff at the wall, see if it sticks. We're going to have a little bit of fun. Last few years of GG and Friends, I could see the other friends being a little too tight and trying to be too right. You got to have a little bit of fun with this, man. This is E3. Anything can happen. We got Final Fantasy VII Remake announced here. We had Shenmue 3 announced here. We had freaking God of War, come back. God of War 4, God of War reboot, whatever you want to call it, came back this year. I mean, we had some spectacular. Kojima's new game, Death Stranding, was announced. We had so many spectacular things. Devil May Cry 5 at Microsoft show, right? So it's time to have a little bit of fun. But first, how you doing, Lou? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing well. Can't really complain right now. So I'm doing good.
What you gaming right now? What's on the mind? What's on the docket for Lou?
Oh man, let's see. There's a lot of things I'm working on. Mass Effect Trilogy. I'm on 2. Still working on Returnal. I really I faced the first boss like one time, and then I just never went back because I've been busy with NHL, 2K, Mass Effect. Well, something else that I was working on. The Show League.
Yeah,
I was working
You're on baseball league. Yep.
Yeah, so I've been pretty busy here and there. So, and a lot of stuff that I'm doing outside of gaming. So.
And then we got Ratchet this week as well. I got shout out to my cousin JJ. He got it pre-ordered today. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. I'm also having on the docket. I started Mass Effect 2 today, and man, it feels great to be on 2. Just a huge jump for me personally from 1 and 2. Just visually, animation-wise, guns feel better in 2. But I'm very excited to finally actually be on 2 now and play that. But I got quite a few things. Honestly, we got Returnal. I'm still working on that. Don't worry. We're trying to get you all these spoiler casts. A lot of fun going on. But let's get to the show and make sure you guys get ready for this E3. We're gonna have some fun, man. There's a lot of shows. We're gonna start off. I think we should start off with Microsoft Bethesda. What do you think, Lou?
Oh yeah.
This show has a lot of potential. I made a video on it, and there's a lot of potential for Microsoft, especially a combined conference. Lou already found out it's about an hour and a half. Thank God. I was thinking it was going to be 3.5, 4 hours long. Sitting here for a while, but it's a lot. It's going to be a lot shorter than that. Obviously, this is more of a digital event still, so I think there's just virtual crowds and stuff like that. They're not renting out stadiums or anything like that. So it's more of a controlled show, kind of like a Nintendo Direct State of Play. They have full access. So there's a lot of potential here. And I'm actually going to put a lot of pressure on Lou. I want to see what Lou wants to start out with. What's your first prediction for Microsoft Bethesda?
Okay. My first prediction, and this is for Microsoft.
Okay. Just the Microsoft side.
So this is I assume they're going to do kind of an integrated show where they're going to do their own, and then Bethesda's going to do their own, and they're going to work together here and there. But for Microsoft, I think they're going... folks.
Integrate. Go ahead.
I think they're going to do a new Gears game.
Okay.
I think that's what...
Gears 6?
I think that's... Yep. I think Gears 6. Or maybe they do something, they take a page out of, like, Rockstar's playbook, and they do maybe Gears Online.
Okay.
So,
okay, Lou. All right, I kind of like that. Gears 6. Any date, Lou? You got any? Are you gonna throw any dates out there or nothing?
No,
yet? Just teaser.
No, I think it's just gonna be mostly what I think we're gonna see at Microsoft. It's not going to be like anything coming soon, but more of what's gonna be coming in the future. And I think I think Gears, the new installment of Gears. Or maybe a Gears Online only game. I think that would really, be something nice for them. So
yeah, I can see that. I see the potential. I mean, obviously it's a trilogy. Gears 5. Shout out to my cousin JJ. We did a Gears of War-a-thon a year and a half ago on this channel, and it was really fun to play all the Gears games with them. And we liked 5 overall. 5's solid. Obviously, Gears is known to end on weird cliffhangers and stuff. There's definitely things I didn't like about it, but it was a very solid game. Compared to all the other Microsoft Studio games, that and Gears and Horizon are up there. They are made exceptionally well. It's just they haven't pushed it forward. But Gears 6, I mean, this is a trilogy. They are going to continue Kate's story. I could see it happening, especially if they do a little teaser, just a symbol, maybe a couple words in a teaser. Like you show the gear symbol, whatever, a couple lines, Gear 6, coming, yada, 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 like 2023 or something, or not even, just saying coming soon or whatever. All right, okay, that's a good one to start out with. I think with my predictions, with Microsoft and Xbox, I kind of kept them. I didn't go too off the wall compared to my other predictions that are going to be coming up later on. But maybe some of you will say this is off the wall. I'm going to say Halo Infinite, this is an easy one, is going to be reintroduced, re-unveiled, and it's going to look spectacular. And it's going to have a release date of November 23rd, 2021, which is a Friday, I think. Might be a Tuesday. I think it will have a release on its own. They'll probably do the Sony thing Friday, November 23rd, 2021. It's going to be unveiled again, look spectacular, and win people there over. That's a very bold prediction because I think a lot of people think this game's still going to suck. What do you think, Lou?
I had that on my list, but I decided not to put it on my list. I actually crossed it out.
It's a give me. It's a give me.
Yeah,
sure.
It's a give me. I think we're gonna see that, and I think it has to look really good. Um,
Do you
to
believe it
give
though? Do
what
you believe in
what
your
what?
hearts and hearts that what I said is going to look spectacular? Be damn
I
honest on this
mean,
show. We're not liars
I
here.
mean, I don't know if
JJ.
I don't know if the story's gonna be good, but it has to look really good. It
Mm-hmm.
has to. We can't have what Brute Craig looked like. Like he cannot look like that. Like so.
You are tipping toeing around this to say yes or no.
I have my doubts with Microsoft, man. I have my
I do.
doubts.
I
I
do
don't
too.
know.
I do. Yeah, I do
You
too.
know.
I think a lot of the audience as well of GG and friends have, obviously a lot of us, we don't hate Microsoft. I just want to preference that. We love Microsoft on this channel. I do want to get a Series X down the line, and this is Microsoft's time to really shine, and I hope they really effing bring it this year. They have pretty much a day to themselves. I think they're with Square. I think Square is the same day as well, but they they have really the spotlight on them, and this is their opportunity to really bring it. And I really feel like Halo probably won't look that good, but I went against the curve because I'm like they're gonna blow us away. I think they're gonna try really really hard, but I don't know. We'll see. What's your next prediction, my friend?
So my next one is for Bethesda, and I have and I called this from day one.
Yes.
Fallout New Vegas 2. I
Okay.
think I think either that's gonna be shown, maybe not gameplay, maybe more of a symbol,
Yes.
or maybe they'll do a remake of Fallout New Vegas.
Yeah.
So I think that that was super clear once they acquired Bethesda. They already had Obsidian. That that was gonna happen. So I think that is gonna be shown.
That's
So
that's
not gameplay though. Maybe not gameplay, but just sort of like, hey, look,
yeah, announced.
it's the
Yeah, announced.
title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that's a good prediction. I know they're pretty busy still because I think they're still doing Outer Worlds DLC. Plus they're doing that game Grounded that everyone forgot about, that multiplayer game that kind of looks like Bugs Life a little bit. They're doing that one as well. So they're a pretty busy studio. I don't know if Microsoft expanded them. They easily could have some hidden projects going on. They could easily do Outer Worlds too. I could actually see that too. I could see both ways. I could definitely see New Vegas 2 being a great fan favorite thing to do. I'm interested to see if Microsoft gives them more creative freedom. And like because I think some people could be like, "Oh, you're just putting them on something they already did." Even though they probably would love to do that. I think obviously Outer Worlds is Fallout in space. I think, but I think they had something going on there with Outer Worlds. Um, Definitely think that's a good prediction. It could go either way. I can see either way. I can see Outer Worlds 2 or New Vegas 2. Hey, shit, maybe even both are a possibility at this point. Microsoft owns. Um,
I think Outer Worlds 2 is that was also on my list. I have several. I have more
mhm.
than I thought that I would have here, but that was actually here as an idea.
Yeah.
There's another one here that I'll get to in a moment.
Okay.
Um,
This
but
is kind of another gimme, and then they'll get a little spicier after this one. Uh, Starfield will be unveiled. Um, will be unveiled here. Obviously, Bethesda's new IP, first one in 25 years. It's gonna release 2022, but unfortunately, it's gonna, in my opinion, this is where I put a little spice into it. It's gonna look too similar to the Outer Worlds. It's gonna look very Bethesda-like, outer space Fallout. I hope I'm wrong on this, but that's my gut feeling I have in my jejunum right here, is that it's gonna look too similar and it's not gonna be too. Shout out to Rollo. I was talking to him a few days ago about this as well. I think it's gonna look too similar to Outer Worlds. I hope I'm wrong, because Bethesda, when you see a Bethesda game, you know what it looks like, right? The style, first person, slower play style, stuff like that. You can just see a little grainy, a little dark. So hopefully this will be a nice surprise. Hopefully this is probably more. I'm hoping this is more like No Man's Sky and what they've done. Obviously, a lot of you probably cringed when I said that, but No Man's Sky is a far better game now than it was like 4.5 years ago or whatever it was. That game has changed so much, and I've seen so many people play play it, and it's like, wow, they really added a lot to it. But what do you think, Lou? What do you feel about Starfield? Are you any excitement at all, or are you think you're thinking like me? It's gonna be too similar to Outer Worlds.
I think it's gonna be way too similar. I think it's gonna be way too similar, but I do think that's gonna be shown.
Yeah, they're hyping it up, so I would assume it would be here.
Yeah, yeah, I could agree with that.
All right, my friend, go ahead. Next one.
All right, so I have Fallout 5, the next installment.
Oh,
I think
you
that
mean
is
Fallout
going to be.
77?
Oh no.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that is going. I think that is pretty much a gimme. I think that's pretty much a gimme for sometime soon.
Oh,
So,
okay, soon.
I mean, shown soon. Now, I don't know about release soon,
Oh,
but
okay,
I
I
think
got
shown soon. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I see. It's like I said with Microsoft and Bethesda. I think that most of the stuff that's going to be shown here is what Square Enix used to be like, which is they would
Far
show
out.
stuff.
Far out.
Yeah, and it's far out. And I think that's I think this show for them is more of what's coming in the future than more of what's
Now.
coming in
Yeah.
the near future. So,
Okay,
Um,
good point.
yep, I do think that. I think that it's time for another Fallout. How long has it been since Fallout 4?
It's
16 was it?
Yeah, I think it was 2016, 2017. I think it was 16.
Yeah. So
Like the end of 16 too. It was like October or something.
Yeah. So, yep, I think that I think it's about time. Which would kind of be a little crazy though if they did Fallout New Vegas 2, if they did an Outer Worlds 2 and a
oversaturated.
Fallout 5,
Yeah.
all in one show. But you never put anything past Microsoft. So,
You might as
You
well
know.
give the people what they want, right? And they love Fallout. I think personally, my gut is telling me it's too soon. I think we'll get
Yeah.
more stuff about Elder Scrolls 6 before that. I don't have that on here though. I don't think they're going to show any. I think there's going to be an update for Fallout 76 for some reason. They're going to show that here. I don't have that on my list either, but this is just some things I'm thinking in my head too. But I don't know. I mean, I could see it though. I don't think that's out of the realm of possibility because we don't know. This show could be quite the mystery, and that's the exciting part about it. And I'm hoping they bring some more excitement. Here's my next one. Remakes are the wave right now, and I know a lot of you are tired of it. You're tired of hearing remake, remaster. Stop it. Stop with the nonsense, GG. I know a lot of you are saying that. But it's going to keep coming, baby. Banjo-Kazooie remake. Full-on remake by Microsoft / Rare. It's all the way. Spyro, Crash have made a ton of money. Ratchet & Clank had a remake that made a ton of money. There's a lot of potential to bring these franchises back and give them new life. Banjo-Kazooie remake is going to be announced for 2022.
Okay. I like that idea. It's a good one. Will it happen? I hope so.
Yeah.
I really do. So,
to me, I just don't understand it. I would just love to be a fly on a wall in their investor and business meeting and just be like, yo, like, do a Banjo-Kazooie remake. I mean, there's a lot of smart people there. I wonder why this hasn't happened yet. To me, this is easy money.
yeah. I totally agree with that. I think that will they show it? I don't know. I doubt Microsoft will show will do a Banjo-Kazooie remake, but that would be awesome if they did though.
I mean, you're right, because why hasn't this happened yet already, right? This should be easy.
It's something that if that they could have did during their downtime. The
Yes.
last 3 or 4 years.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know if we'll see it. I hope we do.
You're a bad friend, though.
I
You're
would.
supposed to always have my back. You're supposed to
Hey,
blindly
hey,
follow me.
I got you. But then I started thinking about what it would be like to be in that meeting,
Yes.
and somebody mentions that idea, and then they just start bust out laughing.
Yeah. I
Uh,
mean, no,
uh,
it's true. Like, this is something that should happen. And they just haven't yet. But I don't know. I just gotta, like, I want to throw some spice in there. Let's see if it happens. What's your next one, my friend?
I have this is one of my final ones. Is I have the new installment of Dishonored for Bethesda,
Oh, okay,
and
yeah.
and and I think that they may do like a remastered definitive edition or whatever of the other two.
Get
Uh,
used to that word because
uh,
I think a lot of, like, Lou's a smart man, and he's been saying this for a while now. Get used to definitive edition, remaster, PS5, Series X upgrade, because I think there's gonna be a lot of them here. A lot of them here.
yeah. So I think I especially have some in mind for a couple of other studios going forward.
Yes.
But yeah, I do think that that is a possibility for Bethesda, and I think that would be cool.
Yes.
You know?
I think that's a huge possibility, exactly what you said, because Deathloop's about done. We're getting that game September.
Yep.
It's been heavily promoted. I mean, we out of all the PS5 exclusive games, I think we've seen Deathloop the most. We've seen it everywhere, almost like every state of play, everything. So Deathloop is probably done. They could easily have another team been working on Dishonored remake, or they could have outsourced it to somebody, and like it could be an easy thing, easy money there. I see the potential in that. People loved Dishonored 1 and 2. I played on 360. I played Dishonored 1 a little bit, quite a bit, like a few hours, and thought it was pretty cool, pretty interesting. I'm just not super in love with Bethesda games like everybody else is. But good prediction. I think that's solid. I think there's some merit in that. I think there's a possibility of Dishonored, or maybe even something new. Maybe a new Dishonored spinoff, possibly. I think there's potential in that for sure. My next one is probably another give me, but it's Microsoft acquires a new gaming studio. This tends to be a thing with them. They like doing this, but it is not a big studio. It's not Sega. It's not Square Enix. It's not It's not WB. It's going to be a smaller studio, like In Exile, and it's probably the Crisis team. The team that did that remaster. I think that's a good. There's some people throwing out people who can fly, as well. That studio seems to fit. I don't exactly remember what they did. It'll be a smaller studio that won't make a lot of waves, in my personal opinion.
That would sadden me a little bit because we talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like the idea of a monopoly.
Yeah.
But I do think that WB needs a little bit of a rescue right now, and I think that Microsoft and them would really work together.
It's really weird too. Like, that situation is really weird himself with WB, and then how they're handling E3. Oh, we're just showing Back for Blood. Everything else we announced, forget about it. It's like, okay.
Yeah, and and we don't even know why.
We're just. I know a lot of you were really looking for that Harry Potter game. I was more interested to see that game because that was one of the first PS5 games announced / PS4, maybe.
And they have whatchamacallit that they're working on. Was it Gotham Knights?
Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad, both of them.
Yeah, they showed them, and I don't even know how long it's been since they showed them.
It's been a while, man. It's been like 9 months, I think. 8 months.
And they're gonna have their own show, and they're just dedicating it to Back for Blood, and that's very puzzling to me. Yeah. Like, I really do feel that
game looks
studio...
fun, though. Back for Blood, like Left 4 Dead, it's literally Left 4 Dead. That's what it is. It looks fun, but yes, just having one thing here is kind of odd. It's a puzzling situation.
Yeah, it's very puzzling that and they got these games in development, and we're just gonna see one.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It,
that's why I really would like maybe Microsoft or Sony or whoever. But
yeah,
hey,
I think they're gonna stay pretty independent, and I think Microsoft, they spent a lot of money, and they have a shit ton of money. They can spend as much as they want, but I just don't see. I just don't see. I just see a smaller studio will be get here. It could be multiple smaller studios that they grab here, but it seems to be a
yeah,
big thing for them. And we already know Sony's trying to grab more studios as well, right? Most likely House Marquee, Blue Point, guys that have done guys and gals have done stellar PS5 games, Demon Souls and Returnal right now. So Microsoft is trying to get into that a little bit, trying to bet on a smaller studio and see if they can perform to great heights, because that's how Naughty Dog started, right? Started with Crash
yeah.
Bandicoot, dude. Like nobody, like you thought if you told me when I first played Crash 3 when I was like 8 years old or whatever, it's like, no, I don't. What the hell's Uncharted? Time Traveler, man. Right? I'd be shocked if if they would be going in that direction, and that's why Sony banked on it and it worked for them. Microsoft is playing catch up with that idea right now. Is this the eighth or ninth generation or 10th generation consoles? But they're playing catch up now with that idea. Go ahead, Lou. What's your next one?
Um, let's see. I think that was it. I think we kind of covered all of them. Some of them you covered because
Okay,
I put the idea of a Halo Online here.
it's a good idea,
Um,
man. It's a really good idea.
I mean, I think that would really work wonders for them if they were to do a Gears and Halo Online and just kept updating every year or so and doing things differently. But
I got another one.
yeah,
I got one
go
more.
ahead.
It's an
Go ahead.
interesting one. The team at the Wolfenstein team is making an Indiana Jones game. I think we see it here. But not only that, they announced Wolfenstein 3. It will return back to the current time of World War II because the last one with the daughters went futuristic. It'll go back to the dad, and it will be a almost like a God of War-esque self reboot, continuation. But they'll go back.
I'll,
They'll go back to him.
I'll put you on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Is that exclusive? Is that a Microsoft exclusive?
Yes, 100%. I think so. I think so.
Okay.
It'll be exclusive to Microsoft, and it'll be obviously day one Game Pass.
So out of the games we mentioned, including myself, which games do you think will be multi-platform, or are they all going to be exclusive to Microsoft? Do you think Outer Worlds 2 is going to be on the PlayStation as well?
I would say no at this point. I do.
Okay.
My gut feeling is how everybody is saying in the industry that Starfield is going to be exclusive to them, but they've been working on that game a long time. I still think there's a good potential, and Sony was trying to get the exclusive rights for that game. I still think there's good potential that Starfield will be on a PlayStation console.
Okay.
That's the one out of all of these. Indiana Jones, no. Indiana Jones is going to be their Uncharted, I guess. It's interesting to see the Wolfenstein team tackle that. And it's exciting if you're an Indiana Jones fan because there's not very many good games except for like the new Super Nintendo game back in the day.
Yeah.
Games are made for this, and obviously Uncharted is essentially Indiana Jones. In a lot of ways, it's essentially the male version of Tomb Raider as well. But Lou brought up a great point of exclusivity. I think most of these will stay, but for whatever reason, I feel like Starfield potentially could be on both.
Okay.
That's what I do feel that way, because the way Bethesda words things is very odd. It's like they know they're owned by Microsoft, but then they're like, there's potential to be on other stuff, and just saying no. Hey, So I think Microsoft's a smart business, and they know they can make a lot of money. They didn't take away ESO. They didn't take away Minecraft. All those games are everywhere, right, and making a lot of money.
Yep.
So, but Starfield's a different thing. It's a big new IP, great potential in it. I hope I'm wrong on it. I hope it looks effing amazing, but my gut feeling is it's going to be just another Outer Worlds. All right, let's go into Nintendo. Nintendo, if you don't have any more Microsoft ones, let's go into Nintendo, and I'm going to start off. Your boy is going to start it off. The Switchy Pro opens the show. It's going to be $399. And they're going to have a Breath of the Wild 2 special edition. And this might sound too high, but I think it'll be $500. $499. OLED, 4K, docked, new chipset in it, a lot of expensive material they used. I expect it to be a little. I could be wrong though. I mean, it could still be $299, and then the Breath of the Wild one is like $350 or something, right?
Yeah.
But my gut is, the OLED is a very pretty thing, and I don't know how cheap that is now. I remember one of the first and only console to use it was the Vita, the old Vita back in the day, and that thing, the Vita, was not cheap, my friend. It was pricey, so. I expect, obviously that was many, many years ago. I'm going, my gut, it might be a little too high. It might be like maybe max $450. But I expect it to be a little pricey for the special edition of not God of War, Breath of the Wild 2. Megaton, oh my god. God of War is on the Switchy.
That's it's pretty interesting because first thing I got here was the Switch Pro, or we were talking about different types of ideas because it might not be Switch Pro.
The name. It won't be called the Switch Pro.
It's probably going to be the Super Nintendo Switch Pro or something, or Super Nintendo Switch. I don't know what they might go with. It's going to be some weird name.
Knowing Nintendo's naming convention, this is the Switch Plus. The Switchy Plus.
Yeah. I have that too. I didn't have a price here. Because I don't know.
What are you thinking,
though? Huh?
What are you thinking, though, price-wise? What are you thinking? What's coming to your gut right now? Your head?
Okay, well...
Because obviously... Let's correct. The regular one's still $300, right?
Yeah, so if you go $299 for the new one, I mean, you kind of would have to lower the price of the Switch. I don't see them doing that.
What, or is it going to be a thing where the new Switchy Pro just replaces the Switch?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. I think it's gonna be. I think you might be right. It'd be $399, but I think it would be like $399, and then you get the Zelda, Zelda, or you get a special one for like $399. You know, it's gonna be like a rare thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, you know, Nintendo, they could really go $299, $399. Like, it's not clear cut for me.
Yeah, $499 seems high. I was thinking about that, but I was just thinking, what do you really charge for the Breath of the Wild 2 Special Edition console that's going to be gold, you know, OLED screen, going to give you the game probably with some DLC. They'll probably have expansion pass or something, or a steel book or something with it. At all costs, I mean, it could be $450 though. Could be like $450. Nintendo has just weird, interesting. It's gonna be interesting how they handle the Switch Pro price. Like, it's like, are they gonna slash all the other Switches to $250, $240, you know, $239, something weird like that? Then the Switchy Pro's $399 or $299. I don't know. I just think I would really hope it would be $299, but it's gonna be $399 in my mind. I really think so. I really believe so.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's $299, but then, like, what do you do with the Switch? Do you keep that $299? Do you lower that to $199? Like, how do you do that?
I would slash it at least $50 if I was running it. I'd do like $50 off, maybe $30 off, $270.
It's such a weird number to charge.
It's super weird, but they're in a weird spot in general, and Nintendo does nothing conventional. They don't make anything
Yeah,
easy.
yeah. I mean, I can see that because with the PS5 and then the digital PS5,
Yeah.
I
It
separated
was
by
$100
100.
difference, right?
Yeah,
I
and
said 50. It was
yeah.
$100 difference.
I just think that it's so weird to do like a 249, a 349, a 449.
I agree.
But
I
if
agree.
anybody could do it, it would be Nintendo.
Yeah.
They basically get away with everything. So
Yes.
and it's
Yes. They
uh,
will. It
so,
don't matter what the price this thing is. People are gonna go nuts, and that Breath of the Wild edition will sell out instantly. We're gonna have to be on that
yeah,
shit if we want.
yep,
Um,
yep.
what's up, Savage? How you doing, homie? What's your first one, my friend, for Nintendo?
The first one was the Switch Pro, but
Okay.
I got
What's your next one?
I my second one would probably be. I think we're gonna get a new Mario game. I think
Ooh.
we're gonna
Conveniently,
see.
I'm wearing
Uh,
Super Mario.
I think we're gonna see an Odyssey 2, maybe. So
Ooh. Okay.
I
Okay.
think it's about time. I think it's been a minute with a new console launch.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about this yesterday. That during the console launch of the Switch, you have Mario and Zelda. Why
Oh,
not do it again?
by the way, it will be the Switchy Pro will be September. I forgot to add that. It will be September. That's my gut.
Yeah, yeah. We talked about that earlier this year. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it is going to be September, October
Yeah.
is when it's coming.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Super Mario Odyssey 2. New console, perfect launch. Is it Switch Pro exclusive? I'm gonna put you on the spot.
No,
Okay.
no, it's
Do you
not.
think they'll do any of those? Do you think they'll have any Switch Pro exclusives?
I don't think so because of how much the Switch sold. Um, I don't think they're just gonna forget about that system. Sort of like
Mm-hmm.
how Sony's not gonna forget about the PS4. So I don't
Yes.
think so,
Okay.
personally speaking. But if anyone would, it'd be Nintendo, and
I
we wouldn't think
actually,
twice. So
I actually have
you
a
know,
prediction where they do. There's gonna be a Switch Pro game.
okay.
I think there's gonna be a
So
Switch Pro.
so would it be Breath of the Wild 2 then?
No, they want to make money on
Okay.
that. They want to make
And
money.
that's what I'm saying. Like the new Mario game, like
You want
I
to
don't
make
see
money
them.
off that, yes. Well, I
Yeah.
got
So I
something in
don't.
mind that would seem very odd to do that, but I think they will do it.
Okay.
So Super Mario Odyssey 2, I like that idea. I think we need to see that. I mean, I'm shocked there hasn't been an Odyssey 2 yet already. I'm very excited if they do one. Odyssey was really great. Um, I do want to say before, I mean, I said this back in 2017, Odyssey and Breath of the Wild, a little overrated, both of those. But I like those games very, very much. But I think they're a little, wee bit, wee bit. You know that Nintendo nostalgia, because I thought a lot of the moons were too easy and very empty to get in Odyssey. Where I remember going back to Super Mario 64 and every star had a purpose and it had like um, a unique gimmick to get where they just give out moons like candy to get you to the end of Odyssey. But it was cool, man. Visually, it was very impressive. Odyssey looked so good. Like, colorful, really fun. The New Donk City, everybody loves New Donk City. So they brought Pauline back. But I think that's a good bet. That's a good bet, Lou. I like that one. I like that
Yep.
one. My next one is going to be the last two Smash characters are announced. Usually they do like an opening of Smash character um, to start off the show, and then they end with another Smash character. There's two final characters left. And my prediction is Crash Bandicoot, one more third party. And the next one, the final one, is going to be hella disappointing to a lot of people. But it's going to be Breath of the Wild 2 Zelda. Because Zelda has a new look. She probably will have a new moveset. There might be some co-op in Breath of the Wild 2, possibly. But she might be a more active part of the game instead of someone captured and being a damsel in distress like most of the Nintendo princesses are, right? And which will be interesting to see if they do that, if they take that angle, or if she gets captured again or something. But that's my gut feeling. It's going to be the final character. The final unveiled character will be pretty disappointing. Or maybe they'll switch it. Maybe the final unveiled character will be Crash Bandicoot. And then they'll do the Breath of the Wild Zelda character announcement first to start out. But that's my gut feeling. I mean, there's also many other possibilities. It could be Dante from Devil May Cry. It could be Ryu Hayabusa from Ninja Gaiden. He's a legacy character that's still not in here yet. I don't think it'll be Sora. I know a lot of you want that, but I think that's more of a Disney thing, not a Square Enix thing. Because there's actually 2 Square Enix characters in this game already. But Smash might be coming to an end. But I'm going to go out on a limb, and they're going to announce a Season Pass 3 as well. But it won't be big. It won't be in 3 characters.
Okay.
If you could choose the 2 final characters for Smash to end it all, if they don't do... I added the... Because I really do have a gut feeling they'll probably do a Season 3. But who are the final 2 characters you choose? That you want. Just your choice. Whatever you want. Doesn't have to be right or wrong.
You asking me or the audience?
You.
Because I already got
it. The audience, you could jot it down too. What do you want the final 2 Smash characters to be?
Okay, so I think the obvious one, man, it has to be Sora. Mm-hmm. I think Sora is very obvious that one of these days it's going to happen. I mean, and then I'm gonna do a random one and see if this sticks. What about Kratos?
You're not the first one to say that. JJ said that too. It'd be interesting. There's a lot of Sony characters that would fit here. Nathan Drake.
You could do Aloy.
I was gonna say Aloy. Aloy fits perfectly in here too.
That would be pretty cool to do. Aloy or
really cool. It'd be really interesting. A lot of legacy characters in Smash Brothers. I think a lot of people think of Sony already though, like Snake from Metal Gear, Cloud and Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII, Joker from Persona 5. A lot of people think when they think Persona, they think PlayStation. So I think Sony has a lot of kind of their own legacy characters in this game already. But it'd be so cool. It'd be really freaking cool if they had Kratos or somebody in here. Aloy or somebody. But I don't think Sony's going to play ball with that. They're still, I think, they're still very much unhappy with the night. But that'd be cool. That's just what you would really want. So you would want Sora and Kratos. Okay. That's pretty cool. That's pretty interesting. All right, what's your next one, my friend?
So, I think we're going to see a new Animal Crossing expansion.
Oh, okay. About damn time. Yeah. I hope that's true.
Yeah, I think we're going to see something. It's been over a year since that game came out. We really haven't heard much from it. I think we're going to see an expansion. I really do. And I think this is going to be a pretty nice one, pretty big one. So to keep that game still new and fresh for a lot of people that might be starting to get tired of it. That's including myself, because I've already done everything. I just basically go get the bells now, so I don't really feel like cleaning up my island.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I'm with you. I want to see that happen. This is so interesting because every first-party Nintendo game has gotten DLC besides Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing is the only first-party game that has not gotten DLC. So I think that makes a lot of sense. I hope Nintendo does it. I want them to keep this game exciting and fresh for people. I enjoyed the hell out of the game, but I'm pretty much like Lou. At least I talk to my people, though. I talk to my villagers when they're around.
Now, they haven't seen me in a while. They went up to me. Oh, it's good to see you.
What's up? What's up, Savage? Power Rangers are more of a live-action comic book character. They're not a video game character. Sakurai, the creator of Smash Brothers, is very adamant to have video game history characters in here. And that's the reason why you haven't seen Goku or anything like that. Goku would fit, but Goku won't be here because he's an anime manga character. He does not fit what Smash Brother is. Even though I know a lot of you are like, well, there's a shit ton of Dragon Ball games. Yes, but he's not a video game character. So that doesn't fit, actually. It'd be cool, man. Power Rangers would be dope. It'd be sick. I think Power Rangers have a better chance of being in the next Injustice 3 game. Bet on it. Bet on it, baby. My next one. I like that one, though. I hope that is true. I hope that's real. I want an Animal Crossing expansion.
All right.
This one's a easy. This one hurts a lot because this game was announced when the Switch was first unveiled at the game, and this announcement came at the Game Awards, and it's gonna be disappointing and it's gonna hurt very, very much. But there's gonna be no Bayo 3 here. No Bayonetta 3. I think we should see it. I think the Switchy Pro is a big reason why we haven't seen Bayo 3. But my gut feeling is there's going to be another Direct without Bayonetta 3. Which hurts. I want to see it. Any thoughts? If not, you can go to your next one.
Alright, so my next one is, in all honesty, I actually had that here, but I was kind of debating if I wanted to go on a limb and say it, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to go on a limb and say it. We're going to see it. We're going to see it. Bayonetta 3. We're going to see it.
Awesome. Book it. Lock it in. Lock it in.
Lock it in. Guarantee it.
Ooh, damn. We're getting spicy. I like it.
I'm going to press the Chuck button right now. I'm going to guarantee it. All these balloons are going to fall from the ceiling, and then I'm going to be wrong.
Now.
So.
Okay, I like that. I really hope I'm right. You would say after this long time and delay, you figured we would see it, right? I just don't know.
Yeah.
I just got a bad feeling. But go on to your next one, my friend.
All right. So, what's the chances that we see Metroid Prime 4?
I think we do.
You do?
I have that under my prediction. I'm going to add on to it a little bit. I'm going to go Metroid 2D, because this is kind of leaked. Metroid 2D, which is probably Metroid 5, is a thing. Comes out August 2021. It's going to be that traditional 2D style Metroidvania that everybody loves. Very much like Super Metroid and stuff like that. Metroid Prime is teased. Metroid Prime 4 is teased. But we actually get an unveiling of the Metroid Prime trilogy remaster that's been rumored for 2+ years now. I think we actually see that. That comes out first before Metroid Prime, but we do get another teaser of Metroid Prime 4, I think so. No gameplay, but another teaser.
What was the story with that game? Because I know it was announced in... was it E3 of 17?
Yes, it was. It was one of the... Yeah, it was that they went all out. They had so many big announcements.
And then they had to restart it or something.
Namco Bandai was working on it, and Nintendo didn't like what there was going on, and they took it back.
Okay.
And that's why it's been delayed. And Nintendo trusts Namco Bandai a lot because they work on Smash Brothers. A lot of Smash Brothers is because of Namco Bandai. But something went wrong with the development. Nintendo was honest about it, which was smart. They were like, hey, they said it in the video and everything, in a direct, like, hey, this game's going to be delayed a little bit. We had to take it back, and we gave it back to Retro, which is the ones that should have been doing it from the get-go, right? Yeah, they're the ones that did the Metroid Prime trilogy already. Why not let them continue? But I do think we get a remaster of the Metroid Prime trilogy for Switchy. That'll make a lot of money. And Metroid 5, the 2D one, is still a real thing. So they keep bringing Samus back. Samus will be in the spotlight. I think I think it happens.
Okay. So
how do you feel? How do you feel though?
How do I feel?
Yeah. Do you
I
think
think
it's gonna happen or no?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I think that Nintendo is going to bring the spice a little bit. I do. So
Nintendo
yeah,
has a great potential of their show to also be the best show as well.
there's there's a couple of shows on here that really have like great potential.
Yes.
To really just steal E3. So it's going to be very exciting. Basically a year. What is it? 2 years maybe since we had gaming news. Maybe a real big.
Essentially, like a year and
Uh,
about a year. About a year.
yeah.
About a year. You're right.
I don't really know.
My next
I don't
one.
think. Go ahead. Go ahead.
My next one is a new Fire Emblem game is announced. It's a remake of Fire Emblem 4. But it's not a shot for shot remake. Kind of
Okay.
like Echoes here, which is a remake of 2. But it's they completely redid it and they had voice acting and everything in it. This one is gonna go all out. It's gonna be above and beyond remake, but it's Switchy Pro exclusive.
Oh.
Switchy
Okay.
Pro exclusive, 2022. It comes out. Makes a lot of
Okay.
sense. It's about time for a new Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem Three Houses was 2 years ago. Excellent game in 2019. A lot of people slept on it. Fire Emblem's back, better than ever. They kind of made this an annual series, but it's been a couple years since we had Fire Emblem news. Besides Byleth being in Smash Brothers, so it sounds about time for a remake, not a new one. So I think they do it again. I think they remake 4 this time, but they go all out with it. It's not shot for shot. They have some newer stuff in it.
Okay.
And like I said, Switchy, very odd, but Switchy Pro exclusive. I think it's going to be a Switchy Pro exclusive.
That's that would be pretty cool if they did a Switch Pro exclusive. I just don't think
They
that you
shouldn't.
want to miss out on that money left over from Switch. But hey, more power to you.
Yeah,
I guess.
the reason why I say this, Nintendo had a habit for this. The new Nintendo 3DS literally was made for one new game, and it was Xenoblade Chronicles Remake. Definitive edition for the new Switch.
Yeah.
New Nintendo 3DS. And it's like, okay, so this system really didn't need to exist, but they did it for that one. I think you're right overall, but I'm going to go out on a limb because I just want to be spicy a little bit. I think it's going to be Switch Pro exclusive.
You gonna hit that guarantee button?
I'm going to hit that guarantee button. Boom.
Guarantee.
I really think they'll have some sort of Switch Pro exclusive. I really do, and I think it'll be Fire Emblem.
Okay.
One of my favorite series of all time. I've been playing Fire Emblem since the first one we got here in America, and that was Fire Emblem 7 in Game Boy Advance. So Fire Emblem's better than ever. Three Houses was beloved. I think it's time for to see either it's a new one or it's a and I'm leaning towards the remake of 4. It fits the timeline.
Well, the only thing that I have left here,
Okay.
because the only thing I have left here is Breath of the Wild 2 with a release date. I think that's one of the reasons I mentioned at the beginning, because I think we all know it's coming.
Yes.
It's no secret. But one of the final things I have here is I know we're getting a Mario sports game, but I'm going to go on a limb and say Mario Strikers for the Switch Pro. I'm going on out on a limb here
Okay.
and say that we're getting another Mario sports game. Now, I know some people are probably like, not another sports game of Mario. Yes, and this time a good
would
one.
love Strikers, man. I know. I think Mario Golf's going to be really good, though. I think it's going to sell a shit ton. It always does. But it's time to bring back Strikers and some of these other ones, man. Like, Strikers is... soccer is the most popular game in the world, and it's time to bring back Strikers. It's been a long time since they've done Strikers, so I like that idea. I think it's a little too soon with Mario, but I like it. I like you going out on a limb What was your release date for Breath of the Wild 2? Because I had it on here too. With Switchy Pro upgrades. It will have Switch Pro upgrades.
So I thought it would come out the same time as the Switch Pro.
Oh,
basically
okay.
the same day. Because I do believe that they will do Breath of the Wild 2 a console release.
Me too. I think so too. I think it makes sense.
I want to say, because I had a time frame between September and October, I'm gonna say mid-October. Seems pretty well.
I also
pretty much guaranteed.
had October for the Breath of the Wild 2.
Okay.
I also had October. I was thinking October would be the sweet spot. And I know a lot of people would say, like, well, how would that work if you were getting the Switch Pro, September? We can't use the DLC code until October. They've done that before. They've done that plenty of times before. Potentially, they might give you a physical game and you can play it a little bit earlier, but usually it's a digital code, and you can't activate it until that date.
Yeah.
So they'll give you your console early, but they're not going to give you your digital game right away. So that's what I was thinking. I was thinking October. I really was. I was thinking October, and I was thinking they would still give you a Steelbook, even though they wouldn't give you a physical game. I think they would. It's the Switchy Pro.
It's a nice Steelbook and a nice little picture with the code on it.
Yep. Yep. Nice little, and like, we're laughing about it, but it's happened. It's happened plenty of times. It's a normal thing.
It's always a funny concept. Yeah, it's always a funny concept, though.
I mean,
you get this nice Steelbook, and then you just get this little code, no game in it, but
literally, they sell digital-only games in stores with a box, and it has a code in it. Fortnite, many other games. Like, there's so many. Like, it's funny. It's a really funny thing. I'm with you though. I think October. I got another one here. Xenoblade team have been working on a new game, and I think we either see the new game or a remake/remaster of Xenoblade Chronicles X. It's one of the few Wii U games that has not been ported over, and I think it will be ported over. I think that whole Wii U library is almost completely over here, and they're going to do it. They're going to port it over, and I think it's either that's going to be announced here, or we're going to get a new Xenoblade. I don't know if it's Xenoblade Chronicles 3 or Xenoblade Chronicles X2. Last year was Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive version, the #1 remade. You guys Lou hasn't heard me, but a lot of you guys have heard me on this channel gush about Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I put over like 350 hours in that game. Really loved that game. Even though that game, could have been way better voice acted, and it's a little tropey when it comes to anime JRPG style games, but damn it, I loved it. It had charm. Really loved that game. That game became hugely popular. Mythra and Pyra made it into Smash Brothers recently, right? So I think we see it. I think we see a new Xenoblade game or Xenoblade Chronicles X remaster.
Okay.
All right. You got any other Nintendo ones you could think of, or that's all the ones you had written down? Do you got any that you can think in your head?
No, I mean, I pretty much wrote down and thought about a lot of the ones I mentioned already.
Okay.
I mean, I think the Switch Pro is a big enough news, but I mean, if any one of our combinations come out, we know Breath of the Wild 2 is coming. I mean, it's gonna be big for Nintendo.
What about some like Splatoon 3 and some other stuff? Anything that's been announced already we see again?
We might see Splatoon 3.
Switch
we might
Pro
actually
exclusive?
get some gameplay, like a little gameplay of it, but that's it's very puzzling to me because they don't have to show it.
Yeah.
Like, they don't have to show Splatoon 3 yet. So you can just focus on the console and not what they've shown already.
Also, do we know how big their show is?
Huh?
Do we know how big Nintendo's show is? Like 40
Um,
minutes? Nobody know? Okay.
I I gotta see. I think they said it was gonna be like 45 minutes.
Okay, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Okay. So, yeah, I was just trying to see. Everything we discussed could easily be fit in that allotted time. Because I think they'll have a big. I forgot to add with Breath of the Wild 2, I think it'll be a big blowout. We'll get a new console. We'll see a ton of gameplay about it. Um, and I think they'll do a deep dive, kind of like Horizon. Like
Okay.
what Sony did with Horizon. I think they'll have a deep dive with Breath of the Wild 2 in this direct.
Okay, so
So the next one,
real quick,
yeah.
from Nintendo's website, it's roughly around 3 hours. It's gonna be roughly around 3 hour presentation at E3 for Nintendo.
Are you serious?
Yes, it's gonna be roughly 3 hours.
Holy shit, we didn't do enough prediction. That's a big show. That's the biggest they ever done, if that's true.
Stick around after Nintendo. They're gonna have the Nintendo Direct, and then they're gonna have roughly 3 hours of deep dives into select games.
Oh, in Treehouse. Okay. So
Yeah,
the show
so
will
it's
probably
gonna
be
be
45 minutes, yeah.
So the direct that they're gonna show is gonna be 40 minutes. Then
40
it's gonna be 3 hours of deep dives into select games.
Yeah, they always
So-
do that. I usually just play that in the background while I'm playing video games on Twitch.
Okay, because yeah, I had to really click into this to make sure.
Yeah, it's all good. It's
So-
all good. I understand. Yeah, 40 minutes sounds about right. I'm like, damn, they're bringing out the way. That sounds about right. So the next one is a special one for Lou. Take-Two Interactive / 2K, and I want you to start out. What is your first prediction, my friend?
All right. Okay, so I know many of you guys are not sports people,
Mm-hmm.
but I've been digging deep. Supposedly June 10th, they're gonna show some NBA 2K22 stuff.
Sounds about right.
So,
Supposedly Dirk's
So-
the cover athlete too.
yep. So June 10th. That's just a little thing. I assume they're gonna show WWE as well. So
That's a
that's
good
just a
point.
little nugget that I wanted to get in there. But my first real one, I think they're gonna do a remake of Bully.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes, I think they're gonna do a remake of Bully. It was one of those things that trended a lot actually
Yes.
during downtime.
Yeah.
Was Bully in a positive way. So, in a very positive light, and I think they've seen that. I think it's an idea, and I think they're gonna roll with it.
One of the only Rockstar games rated teen.
Yeah.
What's the
And-
one and only game Rockstar made / published? I think they actually made it. That's E-rated.
I don't know. That's a
Table
good
tennis.
point.
Table tennis.
Yeah. Okay.
You remember
Yeah,
that game
I
on
mean-
360? Table tennis? Boom, boom, boom. Where they like play ping
Yes.
pong?
Yes. I do remember that.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I think-
Bully remake.
I-
Go ahead. That's a good one.
I think Take-Two is gonna.
Bring it.
They're never there, and I think there's a reason that they're there. We talked about this a long time ago. Excuse me. That there's a potential of like 95 games over the next 3 or 4 years that 2K release or some statistic we brought up in years past. And I think we're gonna start to see some of them.
Okay.
They're never usually there at E3,
Yeah.
so
I do want to state, Take-Two Interactive is the parent company of Rockstar, so it not necessarily means Rockstar is going to be there, but I think they might. I think they already said they would be, because it covers many like different umbrellas. Like the Take-Two Interactive is the top umbrella, and then it's Rockstar and 2K and yada yada, all these other studios. But I like that. I like that idea. I think Bully. A lot of people wanted this for a long time. We know Bully 2 was a real thing at one point, right? There was a lot of leaked imagery of Bully 2.
yep.
I don't know if they got canned or whatever. I know they used to have Rockstar used to have a lot of studios, but they're down to 2, I think. So I like that idea though. I like going out on a limb. I also ironically had a remake, not a real make, sorry, a remake, but it was Red Dead Redemption. No release date, but I think it is announced here of
Yeah.
of the first one, and they fill in. It will be called Red Dead Redemption Definitive Edition. It'll be a full remake, and they'll add in a lot of the Arthur Morgan history, the history of Dutch and Arthur Morgan and stuff. Like it'll fill in a lot of those gaps that a lot of people, including yourself, didn't like after Red Dead Redemption 2 came out.
Yeah. Yeah, we could. I think that would be cool if they did that. Um, I had that on my list too. A Red Dead remake.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was kind of almost like a given to me that's eventually coming.
Yeah. I don't feel super strong about this one because it is Take-Two Interactive.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. They could potentially bring it. They could have some really nice announcements here. And I that's why I put no release date because I don't know. I don't know. But this one I took a lot of chances on. Take-Two and stuff going forward. I took a lot more chances.
Yeah, I took a lot of chances here as well because it's really one of those things that they could really make the show, and I'm just going with the hype of they're never there, they're never usually there.
Yep.
And if they're there, it means something, right? It has to because they're usually the quiet ones that
they don't ever have to show themselves here.
Yeah.
And so this was not on either of our predictions, but it's a given that Grand Theft Auto 5 remastered is going to be here. We already know that. But we want to have fun with this one because there's so much good potential here. Not just the 2K side. The 2K side is going to have a lot of shit. They're going to have a lot of stuff. It's what potentially Rockstar and these other studios could do. But I'm going on a limb. I think Red Dead Redemption remake. What's your next one, Lou?
So I think we're coming up on an anniversary of Grand Theft Auto. I saw recently. I'm gonna go on a limb here because I got them both together.
Okay, go ahead.
We know that we know GTA 5 remaster is coming. We know it's coming.
Yes.
I think we're going to get GTA 5 remastered DLC story content.
Wow.
I think we are going to get. I think we are going to get that, which I don't know if we'll bridge into 6. It just might be something fun. I think.
Go ahead.
Continue.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Continue.
And I think that's going to be something that's announced.
Okay.
And then I think they're going to do maybe a remaster or a remake of 4.
Okay. Damn, Blue's bringing it. A lot of Grand Theft Auto here. I really miss this about Rockstar is their DLC. Their DLC stories were great. The Lost in the Dam, Battle of Gay Tony, and Grand Theft Auto 4. Grand Theft Auto 5, that was missing. That was really missing. Even though that game was so much bigger than 4 was, because you have 3 characters to play as, I really missed that. And Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare. I would love if Red Dead Redemption 2 had something like that. Undead Nightmare 2.
Yeah.
There was a couple nice Easter eggs, though. If you go down the well, he kind of turns into a zombie. In Red Dead Redemption 2. I don't know if you saw that one. That was a funny Easter egg.
I haven't seen that. That sounds hilarious. I've seen where he talks to, I think it's Bigfoot.
Yes, that one's a funny Easter egg, too. Because that's another one from Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare where you just brutally murder a bunch of Bigfoot. And you feel like crap, too. At least I did. That Bigfoot was really sad. But I love that game. You think cowboys and zombies don't work, but it worked. It was 100% effing awesome. So good. Really cool. My next one is also Grand Theft Auto related. GTA 6 ends the show. It's a PS5 partner. It's Vice City. So it's Miami. And it has past and present narratives. So you play in the past and you also play in the present.
Ooh.
So you go back and forth, going out a limb. Probably not going to see this, but hey, damn it, I want to have fun on my own show, our show. I think, yeah, that would be dope. That would be dope. I kind of want to go back to Vice City. I know some of you don't want to do some different stuff, but I think it's time to go back to Vice City, baby.
That would be cool if they did a Vice City like remake,
Mm-hmm.
right? Wouldn't you think?
Yeah,
Or
yeah, it would be cool. It would be really cool.
I mean, my idea of GTA 6, I kind of would like a 3 character type mod, like they did
Okay,
with 5, and one be Vice City, one be Liberty City, and one be and Los Santos. And I forgot what they called. What is it? Vinewood,
yeah,
right? It's Vinewood. Um, yeah, I would like that. I would like that idea. And then they eventually, at the end of the game, they kind of like all meet each other through one source,
that
and
is
then
the one thing I need to mention. Single character. In
what
six,
about?
in my prediction, 6, it's a single character, past and present.
Do you really think that we're going back to single character? I think
That's what
I
my
don't know. I
gut
think
is telling me because this game could be potentially a lot smaller at first, and then they keep expanding it as the years go on.
yeah.
Like they unlock the city more and more and stuff, and that's my gut feeling is that we're going back to a single revenge story, single character, potentially supposed to be dead in the past, comes back and gets his. Everybody else gets their comeuppance. I know we've seen it 100 times with Rockstar games, but that's my feeling. That's my feeling.
Okay. Okay. Um. Another one that I had here
Yes.
is I have Eleanor 2. I
Oh
think.
shit!
Yep. I think we're gonna see that. We might even see maybe a remaster or a remake of one that's underrated.
Yeah,
But I don't know.
I really like that game. A lot of people don't talk highly of that game, and I really liked LA Noire a lot, actually.
They might do something like if you buy LA Noire 2, buy the deluxe edition, you get LA Noire for free. Or, you buy the
Get a
$90,
PS5
$100
upgrade and
edition.
stuff. Okay.
Yeah, they might do something like that because I don't know how well it sold when they did.
The remaster, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how well it sold, so
They
I
put
just
that
thought it was
on
a great
Switch, so
idea.
they obviously made some money off it.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
I want to believe this, but I got a gut feeling this won't happen. But I like that we're going out of them. I like how we're having a lot of fun. I would love to see a LA Noir too. I like that one a lot. I always laugh because I wouldn't have all the evidence. Sometimes I'm like, "You did it!" I hit triangle. You effing did it, and then I couldn't prove it. But and at the time with PS3 and 360, they had those amazing facial features because you would have to really look at their face to see if they were lying and stuff. It was really well done. I would love to see if they went back to that. I think it would be great. I would like to see Bully, LA Noir, come back. My next one is more 2K side. It's the Tiny Tina Wonderlands is real. 2021 September this year, and it actually has crossplay with all consoles.
Okay.
Reason by I know we had that news that Borderlands 3 took away crossplay from PlayStation. Obviously, we saw some of the PlayStation charging heavy fees and stuff, but I think Sony has changed their ways a lot. And plus, Sony has put $250 million in Epic Games. Put a lot of money into, I think, that situation already. So I think they're going to work that situation. I think it's an easy fix of snap. They're good. But I'm going to go out on a limb. Let's say there's going to be crossplay for Tiny Tina Wonderlands. I think it's real, and I think we get it September 2021.
Yeah, I originally had a new Borderlands game, but then I thought about it. It's Tiny Tina.
Yeah.
So
This will be the Borderlands game, yep.
So I crossed that out.
This
I crossed
leaked,
that out.
by the way. This is real. This is not. I've just twisted it a little bit because I do think it's coming out this year. I think it's done. And I think it will be traditional Borderlands. There'll be 3 other characters to choose from. So there'll be 4 characters to choose from.
Yeah, I kind of crossed that idea out and thought of like a Borderlands like final season,
Mm-hmm.
final season. Whatchamacallit,
Oh, 3.
like DLCs
Mm-hmm.
that ties into the next installment of the new Borderlands. And
I
then
still think that's a possibility too. I think that is a real thing. They still can announce that easily.
and
They're gonna
not
milk
only,
like they milked Borderlands 2. Like Borderlands 2 got a DLC after like 7 years of being out.
yeah, yes. I also think that they're gonna do like a game like a one game where all the DLCs are included for PS5 and next gen. So
Okay.
just to put that in stores. Um, yeah. The other thing that I was thinking of is I think this is almost a guarantee at some point is Red Dead Redemption 2 remastered
Yep.
for next gen.
PS5
So
upgrade, Series X upgrade. I agree with that. I think that's gonna be a real thing.
yeah, I think that's pretty much a guarantee.
Do they add anything
Um,
new? New missions? Anything? Nothing.
Uh, they could. I don't think so. I
Mm-hmm.
think the game's gonna just sell itself the way that
I
it
agree.
is.
You update the trophy
So
list, people will play it again, man. We'll play it again. Look what they did
yeah,
with Grand
people
Theft
just
Auto.
might play it. Like people just might play it again anyway. So
Yes.
but yeah, I think that do we see a new Max Payne?
I'd say
I
no.
don't know.
I would say no.
Yeah, I that one I'm very doubtful for, but I did write that
Unless
down.
unless they call
Um,
Remedy up and like, hey, you want to do Max Payne again? I did like Max Payne 3, by the way. I liked what Rockstar did with it. I thought it was really good.
I, I'm very excited about what Remedy could do, but I got that for later in the show,
Yeah.
for later on. But my final thing,
Yep.
I think we're gonna see Bioshock 4.
I
I think
also
we're
had
seeing it.
that. I also had that one, but go ahead.
Yeah, that's my final thing. I think we're seeing Bioshock 4. I
Okay.
think that's gonna close out the show.
I'm gonna
So
have. I'm gonna add a little spice to that. Bioshock 4
okay,
is a Sony exclusive. Timed Sony exclusive. Let me preface that. For a year. It's not a complete continuation. It's like a continuation slash soft reboot, like God of War.
okay,
That's my guess. That's my prediction. Is that it's gonna still kind of be like Bioshock 4 slash continuation of Infinite and all those characters, but it's gonna be its own self reboot at the same time. My guess. Book it. I also had one more here. The XCOM Marvel
okay,
game. This also leaked. Is real. It features over 40 heroes of classic and new looking designs. So they'll have a lot of different costumes with the characters. But it'll have
okay,
over 40 characters, I think. XCOM is totally. If you guys have never played XCOM, it's a strategic RPG type game where you have units, you can have snipers, commandos. You could name. What I like to do is name all my units after my friends and see if they live or die in the game. Which is really fun. And it's like, oh no, Lou's dead. He didn't make it through the mission because the game's pretty brutally hard. Your characters could die pretty easily, but I think this game will be a lot easier. They'll have a lot of nice characters to play as, a lot of classic and new characters to play as, and they'll also have a lot of classic and new looks to dress as in the game. It'll be a little bit easier. It'll be XCOM. It'll be really fun to play, but I think it'll have over 40 characters. Maybe I'm saying too low, but I think that's about a fair size amount. It might actually be too much, actually.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's a fair size.
Yeah.
40's fair.
Yeah.
40's fair.
Yep.
So
All right. Let's go on to Square Enix. This will probably be the last main one, and then I'll have some other ones in Sony to throw in here. Because I wrote down a shit ton, but let's go with Square Enix. And I think the Guardian of the Galaxy game is real.
Okay.
It will be the MCU team, so the Marvel Cinematic Universe style, the OGs, Rocket Raccoon, Star-Lord, that team, the OG team. It will have a more of a single-player focus than Marvel's Avengers, but it will also have drop-in, drop-out co-op, but will not be a life of service game. It will be a narrative-driven story game, single-player experience that you can play with friends.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Square was the hardest for me because I saw a lot of stuff from Square that was leaked.
Yeah,
but
I mean, yeah,
I'm gonna,
legit, real, for real, yeah.
I'm gonna save the leak stuff for last.
Yeah.
And I'm going on a limb. I think we're gonna. I know we're gonna see Life is Strange and True Colors.
Yes.
So again, I don't really need to put that on the list. We'll see the remasters of One and Before the Storm. I think we're gonna see another Kingdom Hearts game.
Okay.
And then, I'm not sure if it's gonna be a Kingdom Hearts 1 remake. I'm not sure if it's gonna be a new installment. I think we're gonna see something in Kingdom Hearts, and I think we're gonna see Kingdom Hearts 3 next gen upgrade.
Okay.
So for PS5
Okay.
with Remind
with
included.
it already, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's plausible. I think all those are plausible. I didn't put Kingdom Hearts on my prediction because I actually didn't think it was going to happen here. I think they were going to save it for another show or another time, maybe another Sony State of Play. Because they have a lot to show. Square has a lot to show. They've been really big partners with Sony, but I think all of these are plausible. I think this could happen. I think that's a really good idea. Kingdom Hearts remake or another, like Mom, Melody of Memories, but not like that style, but another one that keeps the story going because that's how they kind of do it with Kingdom Hearts. They make a whole new game and genre or whatever, and kind of go with it. And I think a remake of a remaster PS5 upgrade of Kingdom Hearts with Melody, with a Remind, new trophy list, new plat. Yeah, I think that's possible. I think that's a good one. My next one is Final Fantasy Origins is not the actual final name of the game. They'll have a summer demo, and it's not similar to Neo. It's made by Team Ninja, but it will have its own unique combat system, and it'll be really interesting to play. I also don't think it will be as hard as typical Souls games.
Yeah. That was on my list. That I was going to talk about later, but yeah. I'm glad that you brought it up because yes, I do think that it's not going to be a typical. I think it's going to be a little bit easier, so the player can have a lot of fun.
Yes.
And I think that game. I do think that I'm really excited to see that game, man. I really wish that game didn't get leaked.
Me too, man. It's a bummer that game got leaked because it's two things you wouldn't think of, man. Like Souls and Final. I would never think of those two being in marriage.
I mean,
and then Team Ninja, everybody doing it. Like, what the hell?
Like, I'm not, I don't want to make it sound like that I'm down or whatever, but I am really down that game did get leaked.
Me too.
Because I think it would have been so cool for it to be such a surprise to see at their show. But yeah, I expect to see it. I think it's going to be cool. Once we see it, though, we're going to be, all happy and giddy and stuff like that.
Yes.
But, the initial reaction of seeing it for the first time and being unveiled without the leak, that would have been real priceless. But yes, Yes, I do like that. I think that that's going to be the way that it's going to go.
Yeah.
Um,
What's your next one?
so my next one, we're going to see Final Fantasy 16 gameplay and release date. Release date, I think it's going to be September, sometime in
Oh
September.
my goodness.
Yep, I think we're going to see it sometime in September. I think that game is practically ready.
Yeah.
So, so
I
we're going to be excited for that. Very
that's
excited.
that's pretty cool, and that's a great point because after this Friday and when Ratchet and Clank comes out, there's no other PS5 game for Sony announced for the second half. So Sony's going to do something. Um,
Yeah.
so it could be Final Fantasy 16. I also had that on here. I said Final Fantasy 16 and Forspoken are going to be shown
Hmm.
at Summer Games Fest um, under Sony's umbrella because they're both Sony exclusives, and they're both
Yes.
coming out 2022. And
Okay.
they're both coming out 2022. Forspoken will be um, 20 early 2022, and then Final Fantasy 16 will be late 2022.
Okay. Um, I think we're gonna see the next installment of Tomb Raider.
I have that one as well too. Great minds think alike. Go ahead.
Yep. Think we're gonna see the next installment of Tomb Raider. Could we see a possible? They really don't do this, but actually they did with Kingdom Hearts. Could we see a Tomb Raider like trilogy
Yeah, like
for
a
next year?
PS5 upgrade. Yeah, trilogy. I think it's a possibility. I had some on my prediction. I added some spice on my Tomb Raider announcement. I said it's potentially a self reboot. It's a new game. It's a new.
Okay.
It's not a continuation of the trilogy. It's a new one. It is Tomb Raider's like 20th anniversary or something, or 25th anniversary. So I think there's got to be a Tomb Raider game announced. There's a Tomb Raider anime that's going to be announced here, right? So that seems really
Yeah,
odd if
for
that's the
net.
only Tomb Raider thing that is announced. I think we got to have a new Tomb Raider game. I think it has to happen.
Yeah. Um. Yeah, I think that that's gonna be there. But I don't know. I don't know if it's gonna be there or not.
Yeah,
I it's so wishy-washy because again, a lot of the stuff that's going on that's been leaked, and I think they have a 40-minute show.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
trying to think. I'm trying to think if there's any idea of it kind of fitting in that show, and it
They,
might not. They might
they
just say
could
that for
end it.
later.
They could end the show with it
Yeah.
and just have a teaser. New Tomb Raider. Just teaser, new Tomb Raider.
See, I thought they would end it though with the Souls like Final Fantasy. Like I thought that that would kind of be like their like surprise,
I
the
think
Jack in the Box.
I really think they'll
But
open with that for some reason.
you think so?
Yeah, open to mid. They could end the show too. I think they're gonna end the show with something like maybe Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, maybe just a nod, a tease or something. Tomb Raider, or potentially maybe the Guardians of the Galaxy game, like they did with Avengers,
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
they took a big chunk of it. But you
I
could be
just
right. They could end it. I don't know. That's just what my gut feeling was saying. Um, Speaking of Marvel Avengers, we're gonna see the Black Panther DLC full blowout of it. It's gonna release a month after it's shown, and we're gonna see a Spider-Man reveal for Avengers.
Okay.
That
Okay.
I think it's time. I know a lot of this got delayed. I know a lot of people are not playing the game as much. I still think it has its fan base though, and I think we're gonna see that Sony exclusive Spider-Man be rolled out.
Well, we have to see something soon regarding the Marvel's Avengers because
Yeah. Oh,
it was supposed to be bigger than what it really ended up being after launch.
yes.
Um.
Yes, yes. And
So
then it had over 1,000 bugs. So
yeah, I would. It would be very puzzling to have a show and not show something of Marvel's Avengers. I would probably almost think if they didn't show it that they're pretty much done with that game.
Yeah, they're
So
going to. The Black Panther expansion will come out. It's 100% coming out.
yeah,
They already teased it already, but it's time to show it. It's time to show the new areas that you can hang out in and stuff like that. The new show off, unveil Black Panther. I bet he'll have a really cool moveset. It's really fun. But like, I really like this game. I really like the DLC too. Like, the Hawkeye stuff was cool, and so was Kate. Kate Bishop's stuff was really fun to play too. I really liked her story as well. I like the story they're building there. It's just odd the way they did it with the life of service stuff. That's just such a strange thing to me. And that's why my fucking expectations went through the gutter. And that's why I think I like it more, because I didn't have high expectations with it to begin with. I think
yeah.
that's why I think I really enjoy it. But if somebody really is like, man, I'm really into Destiny 2 and stuff like that, and I want to play a superhero version of this, it's like, that's not it. It's not as good as Destiny. But I think the Black Panther expansion it's really going to help out, and Spider-Man reveal will have some hype. You got any more Square Enix ones?
No.
Is there a possibility
See, the way that
on it? Because I think it could happen, and I think it couldn't happen at the same time.
way I thought the show would lay out would be the beginning of the show would be 16, and then all kinds of cool stuff in the middle, and then it would be the Souls like Final Fantasy game, and then maybe you see 7 Remake Part 2, and then you mentioned the Guardians game, right? So
yes, yep,
yeah,
that's
so,
real. That was another one that like we talked about that
yeah.
on the show many like a couple of years ago, and I completely forgot about it, but it is real. It's a real thing supposedly. So
And that's supposed to be revealed. So
we'll see that. That would have been another really cool surprise, because I legit kind of forgot about that game. So I'm interested. This next one in Capcom might be only me. I don't know if Lou has any, but I got a few that I want to share with Capcom and maybe just get Lou's insight. Did you have any on Capcom, Lou?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
For Capcom, I thought they would do a remake for Code Veronica.
Oh God, I want that so bad, dude.
I thought that was the first thing that came to my mind.
I want that so bad. That game's disrespected. That game needs the work. It needs it more than RE4 remake. That's happening. But go ahead. Oh, God, you got me pumped, man. You got me pumped.
I wonder if we see, if we see, like Monster Hunter kind of get like a next gen upgrade, maybe like new DLC, or are they working on another Monster Hunter?
I think they are working on another one, because I know Rise just came out for Switch. I bet they are working on Monster Hunter World 2. I don't think we see it here, and I think you're right. I think there might be a next gen upgrade for Monster Hunter World.
Yeah.
I think the DLC's done, though. I think they're done.
You think so?
Yeah, I think
they're done after Iceborne?
Yeah, I think they're done. I think they're done.
Because, I think we'll see Dragon's Dogma, too.
Yes, I think that was one of mine as well. And I said 2022, and it's gonna be a full dive of it. They're gonna really go all out. They're gonna Dragon's Dogma 1. If you guys never played it, I know they remastered it for PS4. And let me know if they fixed a lot of things up. But the thing about it was Dragon's Dogma played kind of like an Elder Scrolls game a lot. It was a little jank. It had some funny looking movement and stuff with the animations and stuff. Dragon's Dogma 2 won't have that. It's gonna be very smooth. The arrow's gonna feel real nice when you pull on your DualSense controller. The swords are gonna feel a lot better when you hit and clang. It's gonna have smoother animations. It's gonna look phenomenal. This is just all my prediction, all my guess, and it's gonna be just as difficult as the original one. I don't think it'll be any easier.
The other two stuff that I had written down, possible Village DLC.
I also
Uh,
had that written down as well. Like we have a lot of similar stuff. Yeah,
a-
Village DLC. I think we see it here. I think we have to see it here.
and then the last thing that I had, it's not really a secret. I don't know if it's gonna be revealed here because it had some trouble. RE4 remake. So,
Yeah, I also had
uh,
RE4 remake. I had RE4 remake ends the show,
mhm.
and I just had it ends the show with a teaser. You hear Leon's goofy line and it says RE4 remake. 2022,
Yeah.
2023, whatever. Um, yes, it did have some trouble. You're right about that. Village DLC. I added on to that. I added 2021 and 2022 that there's going to be multiple like RE7. RE7 had a bunch like End of Zoe, and they had like another DLC. I think they had 3 in total, but I think there'll be 2 for RE8, and they'll be pretty meaty, and we'll get one 2021 and the next one 2022.
Mm.
That game sold really really well. I want to play more of it. The lore of RE8 is excellent. I cannot wait to do a spoiler cast on that one when I definitely finish it, because I do want to finish that. I want to like that game is really really good. Um, I'm shocked how low it's rated. It's like an 84, 85 Metacritic. I thought it'd be higher. I understand some of the grips and complaints about it, the gripes and complaints about it. But I had Village 2, I had Dragon's Dogma, I had RE4 Remake. I'm going out on a limb. I don't think it's going to happen yet, but it's going to happen eventually. But I'm going to say it here because I just feel in my gut we're going to have some surprise announcements from Capcom. Not Dragon. Why did I say Dragon? Dino Crisis Remake is
Okay.
teased. No gameplay. Dino
Mm.
Crisis is a game that a lot of people loved. Shinji Mikami, the Godfather of Resident Evil, made it. People love Regina, the heroine, the T-Rex chasing you. Capcom has said several times, if you want it, we will make it. But it was not in the leak document, so a lot of people are not putting it here. But I think there still will be some surprises. I think we get a teaser or a logo of it. Dragon's Dogma. Not Dragon's Dogma, Dino Crisis Remake. Boom, baby.
Okay.
Book it. Book it. Also, I have Street Fighter 6 is possibly teased here as well. That game, I think was originally supposed to come out this year, but got pushed back a little bit, and then they did the final year of DLC for Street Fighter 5. I think there's a possibility Street Fighter 6 gets teased here. It's multi-platform. It's not PlayStation exclusive anymore. It's multi-platform, and it's going to look really good, and it's going to be a much funner game than Street Fighter 5 was for the community. I know a lot of people loved 4. A lot of the pro players didn't love 5, but it's their job to play that one. And I think they'll listen, and I think Street Fighter 6 will be... will have some more craziness to it, and the pros will like it more. And it will potentially be here. And also, one final one. I think we get a deep dive of Pragmata. I think we see that here.
Oh, okay.
I think a lot of people forgot about that. That was shown on when the PS5 was unveiled. Pragmata was there, so Sony probably has marketing rights to this. But I think we get a deep dive of what that game really is. It's called a Strand game, which Kojima made up. This is not a Kojima game, but it's the guy that did Dead Space. And that's why his helmet looks like Dead Space. So it's interesting. There's a little girl, space, some weird shit's going on. I think we get an actual identity and deep dive of this game. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we do. Yeah. I'm just trying to think about in particular.
Yeah.
What else that they could show. So I'm kind of in my own head right now, thinking about what else they could do. So yeah, I think that's a great idea. I think we're gonna see it. Yeah. I mean, do you think they'll show a release date or anything?
They already did with Pragmata. It was 2022.
But do you think that we get like February 2022? Do you think we get anything like that?
I think
or
mid to late. I think it's mid to late,
Oh,
and not yet. Not yet.
okay.
I think it
Okay.
will be like a summer game, like this time right now, but next
Yeah.
year for Pragmata. I could
Okay.
be wrong. They could just blow our dick out of the water and it's it's out. It's out fucking August. But I don't think so. I think it's gonna be.
No.
They already said 2022. I think they're gonna hit 2022.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if it's in
But
February or
a lot of people are very
March.
curious about this game, and I am myself because it's the creator of Dead Space. But I don't know what the
Yeah.
fuck it is. That trailer is weird as shit, you know. And I want to actually know how this game plays and how it feels and how it looks and what is the objective, right, of this game.
Yeah.
So I think we get a deep dive of it. I didn't have any more for Capcom. Um, I bundled like Ubisoft, Sega, and Bandai Namco, but I got a few for Bandai Namco that I'm gonna rattle off really quick. I think we finally see Elden Ring. It's at Summer Game Fest, and it's 2022 release date. I think it gets pushed back a little bit more because that game was supposed to come out like last year or something, and we haven't really seen it. I think it's a real thing. I saw the leaked trailer like a few months ago, and
Yeah.
it looks pretty damn legit. I mean, I would be really shocked if that leaked trailer is not the real game and someone just goofing and putting like 100 200 hours of making a fake looking game because it looked real as shit. Like it looked legit, like Miyazaki style, Soul style. I think this is real, and I think Jeff Keighley has it for Summer Game Fest tomorrow.
Okay.
I also have for Namco Bandai, Demon Slayer is officially gonna get a Western release. If you have not watched or read Demon Slayer, it's probably one of the best Shonen Jumps. Hell of amazing anime. I watched it subbed and dubbed. It's really good. The animated movie Mugen Train is the highest grossing anime movie. A second highest grossing anime movie of all time with like 45 million or something. It made a shit ton of money. This thing, Demon Slayer, is super popular here, and they're gonna release the game here. I guarantee. And it's already, I guess, being published by Sega overseas. So it could be a Sega game or a Namco Bandai game. It might be co-published by both of them. But I think we'll get a Western release date. Game, if you haven't seen any of the gameplay footage of every Monday they've been releasing new character trailers, and the game looks so excellent. It's done by the Naruto Storm team at CyberConnect. The animation's on point, the quality's on point. It's going to be a really fun game when we get a release date for it. I don't know if did you have any Bandai Namco ones at all, Lou?
So Bandai Namco is out of my expertise.
Yeah.
The only thing that I can honestly think of is Little Nightmares Next Gen release date. That was like the only thing I could think of.
That's a possibility. I think about that too. I think that's a good one to rely on.
That was one that I stumbled on because I don't really play a lot of Bandai Namco games.
Yeah,
and
not a problem.
So my apologies there.
You don't gotta apologize. That's why I wrote we did the 4 big main ones I think we really wanted to talk about, and these ones are just kind of just extra ones for the audience. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say Code Vein 2 is gonna get announced here. I don't know if it's a real possibility yet. It sold over 1 million copies, so it's very profitable. It is time. It came out 2019 in September. So, I mean, I know Scarlet Nexus is just coming out, so they're really hyping that game. That game comes out in 2.5 weeks, I think. So, I think Code Vein 2 could be a possibility. It could be possibly teased here. I also think it's time for a new Dragon Ball game. The timing is right, and I'm going to go out on a limb. It's either a new Dragon Ball game, similar to Dragon Ball Kakarot that came out a couple of years ago, or it's going to be DB Fighters 2. Dragon Ball Fighters 2. It might be time. The Guilty Gear Guilty Gear just came out. Strive just came out. They completely finished Dragon Ball FighterZ DLC, and Grand Blue Fantasy Versus also I don't think has any more DLC. Or it might. They might have a Season 2 of DLC. So I think that studio is very much open on making new games. But I did have a Sega prediction I'm going to entwine in here too. I think we get a new Persona announcement, but it's not Persona 6. It's Persona 5 Arena, and it'll include Persona 3 and Persona 4 characters. And I don't think it'll be canon to the story. But this time, that's the last kind of spin-off Persona 5 game that a lot of people are thinking about. And I think Persona 5 Arena, there's a possibility we might see it at Sega show. I think.
When I thought about Sega, I thought about Atlas, and I thought about Persona 3 Remake. Now,
you're making Prandy happy.
this is the thing that's not going to make Prandy happy.
Yeah.
I think this game will be the test of a multi-platform Persona.
Okay. Is it full-on remake or a remaster?
No, remake. Full-on remake.
Okay.
Full-on remake. I think this is going to be... I think Sega and Atlas want to test, in particular, if that fan base would... the Xbox fan base would like Persona. And I think they would do it with a remake.
Okay.
So... that was really the only thing that I got for them because... You know, we talk about Persona a lot.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, I want to make a boyhood dream come true. So.
I got a few more for Sega, then we could talk about Sony and end it on Sony. I
had a couple for Ubisoft.
Oh, go ahead. I didn't write anything for Ubisoft or EA or anything like that. So go ahead.
Yeah, like, for Ubisoft, I think we're going to see the next Rainbow Six.
Yes, yes, I think that's a safe bet. I think you're right about that.
What is it? Extraction? We're not gonna go with the quarantine name.
No. The rumor name was Parasite.
Parasite? Okay.
Yes, like that's gonna be the official name. The Extraction is the new code name, supposedly. Well, you might be right. It might be Extraction. I don't know. I didn't see any other news about it.
I have here that they're gonna show Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Oh shit!
No.
I think it's about time we see that game again. I think it is. Is it finally a real thing though now, Lou? Are we finally gonna officially see it?
I hope so. I hope it's not one of those things that. I mean, man, it was so special when they ended the show. I think it was 19.
Yeah, they were in tears. They were in tears.
Yeah, there was some people legit in tears, and to not actually have this game shown or talked about for how long they have, with the reaction that it got, it's pretty sad. So I think we see it
every year since, except last year. I think it's the only time they haven't talked about it.
Well, they showed it in 19, and I think it was
20.
in.
Oh wait,
yeah, this. What happened?
No, you're right. Because I think they announced this in, 18, right?
I thought it was, was it 18?
I think it was 18. They showed footage of it in 19, I think, as well.
Yeah, and then
2020, obviously, it was the pandemic, so we didn't get anything from it.
And they haven't talked about it since. That game just, disappeared from the planet.
Yeah.
Well,
we all kind of figured that was next-gen game. I don't think that's going to be a PS4... Xbox One game. I think that's PS5 Series X game for sure. And
I'm going to say it. You know what I'm going to say? We're getting Splinter Cell.
Oh shit! Is Sam Fisher coming back to your mobile phone?
Oh gosh! Imagine they did that.
They did already. Man. They put him in a mobile phone game. Remember? You don't remember that Ubisoft board?
Did they really did it? Oh
people were so fucking disappointed, dude.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Yeah,
that's terrible. But that's what I had.
That needs to come back. I think Splinter Cell needs to come back, man. I think it really does. I think that's a fun one. That's a fun one. I hope that one's true. I think the Rainbow Six is smart. There'll probably be Division DLC. I think we'll probably see Far Cry 6 more.
Yeah.
obviously. Like, that's some good stuff. I have a few more for Sega, then we'll do the what if Sony, because Sony's gonna be we're gonna say E3 window. I'm gonna say from now till August they'll have a window of stuff to say, because like we said earlier, after Ratchet and Clank, there's no other PS5 game coming out, which we probably think Horizon will be there. I think Horizon will be a game coming out fall, but there's gonna be more. I think there's gonna be more. I think this is some give me ones. I think we'll see Judgment 2. That game was already announced. We'll see that in action. I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say there's a new Yakuza game, and it's going to be very similar to Yakuza 7, Like a Dragon. It's going to go back to, it's going to be a JRPG system again, which I know a lot of that fandom was not excited for. Virtual Fighter 6 will be shown. They announced this a few months ago. I think they finally unveil it. It's more of an esports game, and I'm just throwing at the wall. Probably not gonna happen. But the Shinobi franchise comes back and is a remake / remaster, which is kind of the rivals to Ninja Gaiden back in the day. Was Shinobi, and it was really cool. It was a really cool game. So I think Sega brings that back. I already mentioned Persona 5 Arena. Don't think we'll see Persona 6. I actually don't think we'll see a Persona 3 remake. We never know. Not yet, anyway. It's going to happen. But not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Not here. Alice tends to go to a slow pace. You got anything to say about any of those, Lou? Think any of those plausible?
No, man. In all honesty, I had EA here.
Yeah,
then
go
I
ahead.
found out that EA, they're not going to be there until July.
Yes, and
So-
Battlefield 6 was announced today. And I know there was
Yeah.
a little bit of controversy about it already.
It's Battlefield 2042. I think
Yep.
it's the name of it. So,
Yep.
the actual name of it.
There's
I
no
don't think
single player, and it's
Yep.
seasons that you pay for.
So what I read is they're gonna have where you can play against bots.
Mm-hmm.
You and a partner. I don't know if that's true or not. So I didn't read much. Huh?
I think it is true.
Yeah, it's well, I read a little bit of it. I just kind of scammed through the article.
Yeah.
Because I'm not really into Battlefield like that, but they have like some like modes where you can play against bots.
Yeah.
So and practice get familiar with the map, practice some guns, and play with your friend, and et cetera, et cetera. So.
Yep. It's also next gen exclusive, $70. There is no last gen.
Okay. Well.
Version of it.
So.
All right, let's end it out with what if Sony, like the E3 window they're gonna do. We know they're gonna be at Summer Game Fest tomorrow. Potentially have already said they're gonna have Final Fantasy 16 and Forspoken there. That was my prediction that it was gonna be there, and we still could potentially see those at Square Enix's show too. But I think Sony's gonna have some stuff here. Otherwise, I don't think they would be here. What's your first Sony prediction? If you have any, do you have any?
So I think we're gonna see. I didn't get a chance to write down some of the Sony stuff. I forgot that they were gonna be at Game Fest. To be quite honest.
Yeah, it is. I mean, if you're not paying attention to Summer Game Fest, you wouldn't know.
Yeah. So, there's one in particular is I think we're gonna see a release date for Horizon. I think we're gonna see some a little bit more gameplay, but that's one in particular.
Okay.
Gosh, what else
In
did
the
they show?
E3 window, or actually Summer Game Fest?
No, it's gonna probably be a Summer Game Fest.
Oh, you think we're gonna get? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think Keeley got that, and that's why we didn't see it.
Okay.
So
That's a smart. What is it though? What's the release date?
So Final Fantasy 16 September. I think this is an October game.
Ooh.
I think it's gonna be in
Lou and I
October.
predicted I said Horizon
So,
would be the September game, but Lou is
hmm
predicting that Horizon and Breath of the Wild 2 are going to duke it out in October. I like that. I like it.
oh yeah, it's we'll watch the world burn, I guess, in that particular month.
Yeah, right.
Everybody trying to get it. Everyone trying to get Horizon and Switch Pro and Breath of the Wild and whatever else is coming out at the time.
I
So
I had a surprise at Summer Games Fest. There's a surprise game announced at Summer Games Fest from Sony, and it's a Bloodborne remaster for PS5 and PC.
okay,
Um, don't think that's going to happen. I think there is going to be a Bloodborne remaster, but I'm going out on a limb, man. I want to have some fun. Summer Game Fest. They gotta fill up this next 6 months with some stuff, and it's easy to do it with some remakes and remasters. Potentially. I wrote down Sony will have many surprises of remakes, remasters. The first being Sly Cooper. I think Sly Cooper might potentially get a remake. Insomniac has been teasing Sly Cooper. There's a Sly Cooper Funko Pop. They're putting Sly Cooper back in our heads for some reason. Of course, the easy one is to say Sunset Overdrive, right? That is going to happen. That could be a fall game that you could fill up and just make some extra money off, right?
yeah, I think
the
that's
hell out of
actually
that.
happening.
Go
Though.
ahead.
Yeah, I think that's actually happening though. Like that's been
That
rumored
is
for a long
happening.
time.
That is, yeah, I think so too. That's why I
Yeah.
went off on a limb and put Sly and Bloodborne as mine.
Yeah. So I think that's actually. I think the
Sunset is happening. It's book it. Book it. It's gonna be here, and I think
it
it'll
would
be
be nice
soon
to
as
get.
2021.
It would be nice to get. I want to say a trilogy, but they made four. A Sly like Ultimate Collection, I guess you would say, huh?
Yeah, Thieves of Time.
Come
I
out for PS5.
really liked. I really enjoyed it. And I was playing it recently. Remember? I need to
Yeah.
go back and platinum it though. But it's really I liked Sly. I like Sly for Thieves in Time. It would be cool if they did, like Lou said, a full remaster of all, or do the cooler thing and remake all four of them, or just remake the first one if you want. I'd be down either way. We already talked about Horizon. Mine was September, and it's not announced here. I'm gonna say Sony's gonna have a state of play in July, and it's gonna be a big blowout of many different titles, like the remakes and stuff I was just saying, but also it'll be the first time we see God of War 2. Actually see God of War 2. I know that game's already been delayed to 2022, but we'll actually see some more of it, potentially in Sony's blowout in July. I think they'll have a state of play either July or August, but my guess is July. And they're gonna have some fun surprises at Summer Game Fest too, I think. Go ahead.
So if they show gameplay of it, is it right around the corner? Because if you show gameplay in July and then release it, like September of 2022, I mean that's a year away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, does that mean that it's right around the corner? Is it a possible March game?
I was leaning towards it being a March game anyway.
Yeah.
I was leaning towards it, like it getting pushed out was mostly because of Horizon, in my opinion, because they want to release Horizon first, and they're giving that team as much time as possible to finish. But I think Horizon is pretty close to being done. They just, like you said, either Keeley got it, got the release date, or it's going to be here at the Sony State of Play in July, which is my guess.
So do we see the next installment of Spider-Man?
Not
Keeley's
yet.
show.
Not yet. Not in the State of Play. Not yet. I think Spider-Man will be teased if they do another State of Play in the fall, like or actually winter, like November, December-ish. Who knows? Maybe they bring back what's it called? What why am I forgetting it? Sony Experience. The Experience.
Yeah.
PlayStation Experience. They might bring that back this year, right? A lot of things are going to be opening up in September, so they could potentially have the PlayStation Experience in December again. like they used to.
Okay.
November. So
Okay.
I think not yet. I don't think it's going to be teased yet because there is a possibility. I mean, that's a good point. They might, but I think they're going to hold off yet.
So if you're Sony, and you see all these industries, because you're part of the backstage knowledge of what they might reveal, what they're going to reveal that we don't know.
Yeah.
For some of these like Take-Two and etc. If it turns out to be a big, some big revealings, and you want to steal the show, do you not? I mean, you would show Spider-Man 2 at Jeff Keighley's, right? You would think. You would just the symbol or just him saying a couple of lines, and then show Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. Like honestly, the Jeff Keighley thing could be God of War as well, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking the Jeff Keighley stuff is going to show some of the Final Fantasy 16 gameplay, Forspoken gameplay, and then they're going to have a surprise announcement, whether it's Horizon release date or it's going to be like a remake remaster. Something's going to be at the Summer Game Fest. Sony's going to show something, and it could easily just be those two Final Fantasy type games. Or they can have a combination of things. We'll find out soon as tomorrow. Like literally tomorrow we'll find out at 2 p.m. Eastern. I'll try to live stream it and be here. Final thing I have for Sony is Team Asobi / Team Sony Japan's new game is actually a new IP, but they're also making a full-fledged Astrobot game.
So, at what point do they announce the Square Enix acquisition? I'm kidding. I really do think that.
Maybe that could be a Summer Game Fest too. But go ahead. You were thinking what?
I forgot to mention this before.
Yeah.
I think Remedy's going to be there, and I think they're going to announce Alan Wake remake.
Oh, so, okay. They're going to be at Summer Games Fest. They might be on there, actually, yeah.
I think, and I think that's going to be, and I've been calling this for almost a year now, I think Sony's going to acquire them. Okay. Or they're going to make an exclusive partner with them for one of these games. So,
okay.
I think they're working on an Alan Wake remake because they want to release an Alan Wake 2.
Yes.
And I think one of them is going to be an exclusive.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be Alan Wake remake.
Okay.
So.
Okay, that would be really interesting. Sony has been hella aggressive with PS5. They're getting a lot of first party only. Well, I mean, a lot of exclusive games only by third parties. They're hanging out with Square Enix. They're dating everybody right now. They dated Bethesda, right? They got Ghostwire Tokyo's game of it is called Ghostwire Tokyo. Sorry, they got Ghostwire Tokyo, and they got Deathloop, right, from Bethesda.
Yeah.
From Tango Gameworks and the other studio as well, the Dishonored studio. They got Final Fantasy 16. They got Forspoken, which is made by the Final Fantasy 15 team. They extended Final Fantasy 7 remake exclusivity, and supposedly that Origins game is also exclusive, right? So it's like they're gonna be really aggressive, and Remedy definitely seems like a future partner. House Marquee has already talked like they want to do another big game with Sony, right? Because Returnal was successful for them and Sony. It'll be interesting if they don't do a Returnal 2. That was all my predictions. Did you have any more, my friend? And thank you so much, and the audience, and Savage, and Shannon, and everybody else joining that will watch this video or video later. Like, I appreciate all the love and support, guys. And gals.
I think that's it for me.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to eat something.
Me too. I'm ready to eat, relax a little bit. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Shout out to Skip, to my Lou, my partner in crime, for helping me out with this prediction show. Very fun one. I think we had a lot of similar ones, which I liked too. But we had a lot of fun today. Very fun pod. Summer Game Fest starts tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm gonna be here to live stream. Let's hang out, have fun, and hopefully we'll see some fun announcements. Man, E3's here. It's fucking here, guys. It's really here. Interesting. A lot of the stuff is gonna bleed over to next week, so I'm gonna try to stream as many shows as possible, or react to many as possible. But again, make sure you smash the hell out of the like button. Comment down below what show you're looking forward to, what your predictions are, and make sure you sub if you're new. Again, shout out to Lou, shout out to Shannon, and shout out to Savage, my boy. I appreciate all the love and support. I've been your fellow Strauss fan of the G. That's Lou. We're outie.
See ya.